Can you guys hear me? If you are in chat, let me know if you can. What's up, Chopper? Can you hear me? It's fucking cold. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's like 20 degrees out here. I'm in Sholo, Arizona, and it's fucking cold. I would be inside right now, but the girls fell asleep early. So there's my hotel. It's the Days Inn in Sholo, Arizona. 6 a.m. It's like 10:30 here. It's fucking cold. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it was a good memorial. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm just walking around outside. It's fucking chilly. Thank you, Julia. I appreciate that. I don't know if I can do this. It's fucking cold out here. Hold on a minute. Okay. You guys should be able to hear me now, right? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me or no? I disconnected and reconnected. No, yes, no. Okay, thank you, Cyber Warrior. It's like I need feedback from you guys. All right, thank you, Lisa. All right. So what's up? How's everybody doing? I need the right feedback. I need yes, I can hear you. No, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. This is a days in, actually. I'm in Sholo, Arizona. Oh, your dog is sick. What the fuck? Ooh, this looks like a good spot. It's like a little seat right here. It's fucking freezing out here. What the hell is a clementine? Asia degree has me anxious. Oh yeah, Asia's case is gonna be solved. 100%. No doubt about that. Oh my gosh, it is fucking freezing. All right, I'm walking out to the main street right now. Show you guys some gas prices. It's about 20 degrees right now out here. Let's see. Can you guys see the gas prices right there? Or is it too blurry? It says 319 for unleaded and 329. Ooh, yeah, it's fucking chilly. No, I'm good, J Ray. I wouldn't do something if I wouldn't do it. You guys need to understand I'm a grown ass man. I don't need like I don't need permission.
Testing.
Testing. Okay, there we go. I don't know. It keeps wanting to switch from my headphones to my iPhone. There's the front office. They were really nice and gave me some extra pillows for my wife. Yep, the day's in. Nothing fancy. I'm starting to get used to the weather though. What's up, bad actors? Yes, we are outside. Lisa says three peeps in Delphi, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to believe it because Reese says so. I don't know. It might be a lot lower than 30 degrees, honestly. That's just what it was supposed to be. It feels a lot lower than that. Hmm. Maybe I will go in the car. Me neither, Lisa. I just don't buy the lone wolf. I figure if he was a lone wolf, he would have turned himself in, or at least confessed to it. I mean, there's no reason for him to lie. Oh, here's some good lighting. Hopefully, there's nobody in these hotel rooms. Shut the fuck up, spy guy. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. You fucking troll. You little bitch. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Uh, yeah, get the fuck out of here, spy guy. Before I just block you. If you leave now, I won't have to block you. And then you might be able to come back and troll a little bit later. Alright, I guess you don't want to take heed. Bye, bitch. Bye, spy guy. Now you're gone, guy. He was spy guy, but now he's bye guy. No, bad actors. I don't know who that is. It's a fucking stupid troll. It's a stupid fucking troll. A bye guy went from spy guy to bye guy and to I forgot his name. Sinbad Zelensky. You know my opinion on Zelensky. You know, you already know me. You already know how I feel about that. Yeah, now he's cry guy. He went from spy guy to Y guy to cry guy. Yeah, Zelensky blew it. What an idiot. Like, have you seen those videos where they're just like pulling up in vans and like abducting young men to go fight in a war? You're telling me you don't want to stop a war where you got to do that to your young men in your country? Fucking stupid. What's up, Mustang? CJK, apparently he doesn't like the fact that I'm breathing. And it's not me breathing, it's the wind. He's just a fucking idiot. I don't know. This looks like a pretty good place right here. Oh, there's a bench right here. Ooh, here we go. Look at all that light. Hey, it's Typo, the other guy that doesn't like me breathing. He doesn't like me to breathe either. He likes to fucking talk shit in my emails. We're gonna get rid of him too. Bye, bitch. See that? That's my middle finger. Fuck you, Typo. Fucking creep. I'm just sick of the stupid. You know, if you guys want to fucking hang out on my channel, there's no reason for you to fucking disrespect me, harass me in my email, send me emails talking shit. Fuck you guys. Because I know who Typo is. Typo is a creep. He runs his fucking mouth. He sends me emails all the time, even though I have him blocked. You know, every once in a while I go check my spam folder, and he's in there, and he's like, "Oh, you're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking this and that." No, I don't need any of that. I don't need any little crybaby bitches. No thanks. We're just here to have a discussion. We're not here for drama. We're not here for people to fucking disrespect me. We're not here for any of that. We're just here to have a conversation. If you can't do that, you're gone. And I'm sure he's gonna go cry and he's gonna fucking, oh my god. You know, he's gonna be a little bitch about it because that's what he is. He's a little bitch. He ain't shit to me. If he was in front of me right now, I'd fucking beat his ass. And he knows it. So fuck him. What's up, GP? Shout out to Miss Dog Lover, J Ray, Bad Actors, Sinbad, Miranda, Mustang. Who do we miss? Anybody else? Good to see you guys. So maybe now we can actually have a real conversation. I found a little bench right here. Yeah, GP, I had a rough day. You know what? I've been crying all day. I don't got time for fucking bitch ass people. No. No, it's not a house. This is a Days Inn in Sholo, Arizona. This is like an ice room or something. Looks like you can do laundry in here. So vending machine. Ooh, it's warm in here. I might hang out in here. YouTube Bad Actors, I'm very close to New Mexico. I'm not far from New Mexico at all. I don't know, Lisa, you want me to get some snacks? Let's see. Oh shit. Here, hold on. How do I post that? Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. I don't know how to post that. I have to get to it. Sorry about that. Oh, there it is. Thank you. What's up, Sleuth? Are you and the family okay? Yeah, we're doing good. They're passed out. You guys want some detergent? They got Snuggle, they got Tide, and Sun. with some bleach. Yeah, what's up, Boston? Good to see you guys. It's good to see all you friendly people, you know? I don't know why these fucking asshats decide to come to my channel when they don't even fucking like me, you know? Don't come to my channel when you don't fucking like me. Ooh, there's a spider. I don't know what kind of spider that is. Thank you, GP. I love you too. Sinbad. Stay away from those fucking Tide Pods, dude. That's hilarious. Hilarious. You got the pool, seasonal, out of commission. You know what? It's not that nice. It's just a cheap motel. Candace, you are the most mellow YouTube creator. Who has beef with you? I don't know. A bunch of idiots. Like that fucking idiot typo. That's an alt account. I don't know. He's fucking obsessed with me. He won't stop emailing me. He's fucking stupid. Fuck him. I don't know who Spy Guy is. Probably his girlfriend. They were probably tickling each other's buttholes. Fuck you guys. Fuck both of them. Careful with what? Um, Ictanel has this beetle guy stalking him everywhere online. Yeah, you guys, I have people. There's people that hack me. I get hacked during my live streams. Honestly, my computer gets hacked all the time. I don't have the best firewall. I mean, what are they gonna find? I don't fucking. You're not gonna find anything. If you hack my computer, you're gonna find a bunch of true crime content. All I do is study true crime cases. That's it. Not you, Sherry. I'm sorry, Sherry. I have trolls. I have some trolls. Don't worry. The FU wasn't for you, it was for the dipshits. They're going to expose me. Oh no! Please don't. Don't expose me. Charlotte, free Richard Allen. Okay, and then we're going to send him to your house. We're going to free Richard Allen, Charlotte, and we're going to send him right to you, okay? Good luck with that, dumbass. Thanks, bad actors. I appreciate that. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinions. If you come to my channel, hey, this is my opinion. Hmm. Yeah, not. Go watch Wayne's World. Not. Honestly, Candace, I don't care. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I get hacked all the time. I mean, what are they gonna do? They don't know that I have countermeasures. You can hack, but once you hack, you're not encrypted. So you're just as vulnerable as I am. Oh, here we go. The troll's back. I've been with you for years, even though I've never seen your name ever once. That's what they always say. I've been a long time listener, and I'm really upset by how you're treating me today. First of all, I've never seen you, Spy Guy. Uh, let's go ahead and get rid of your alt account, too. Bye. Bye, guy. Don't be a dipshit. Yep. Honestly, Sinbad, I don't care. That's why I didn't block Charlotte. Yeah, see, Charlotte's still here. I'm not going to block Charlotte. Why would I block Charlotte? Yeah, YouTube bad actors is the bad actor. She's the only, and she's not. Well, I don't know if it's a she. I mean, my intuition tells me it's a she. Yeah, I have no reason to block you, Charlotte. Honestly, I don't at all. hmm and then there's some people that try to act like they're cool with you, and then they fucking become creeps. They're really just creepos in the background, and they're lucky I don't catch them. They wouldn't say that shit to my face. That's the fucking shit. I'll beat your ass. Yeah, Charlotte, if you think Richard Allen is, an innocent man, that's fine. That is fine. I'm just gonna, you just got to be ready for the criticism because it's ridiculous. But yeah, you're welcome here. I don't got no hard feelings towards you. Yeah, Miss Dog Lover's definitely blocked. What up? What you guys know about Ben Davis? Some of the OGs will be like, damn, this motherfucker, he's crazy. Hmm. Yeah, we're all Richard Allen, except me. Never that. Never that. Yeah, I'm not Richard Allen. I'm not a pedophile. I'm a pedophile hunter. Oh, you're not wrong, Charlotte. There's corruption, but just because there's corruption, that doesn't mean that Richard Allen's innocent. And that doesn't mean that there's not corruption within the Delphi case, within the FBI, within Carroll County. You know, you're right about that. You're not wrong. We can agree on that for sure. But that don't make Richard Allen innocent. Sinbad, it could be a guy who was trying to throw up. You know what? I have a feeling that Richard Allen actually reached out to me a couple of years ago. I might show you guys that. Yeah, me too, Sherry. Me too. YouTube Bad Actor says there's not nearly as much corruption as the defense lawyers on YouTube want you to think. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the smoke and mirrors, guys. Is there corruption? Yeah, but that's a crime. Just like any crime, you need evidence. Here, let's go get warmed up in here. Oh my God, it's so fucking cold. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. Excuse me. Yeah, he's definitely going to be in protective custody. What's going on, Cindy? Richard Allen did it. The only question right now is, did he do it alone? I would have to say that. I don't know, and I don't believe he did it alone. Oh, hey, Betsy. New trial is based on errors made at trial. Don't see it happening. Yep, absolutely. That's true. And that's why Baldwin's doing all those filings. He's trying to preserve anything that might help with an appeal. That's what he should do. Charlotte says, do we all believe Reese? No, I don't believe him at all. But it doesn't mean that he's lying. That it doesn't make him a liar. It just means that he's most likely lying, and there's really no fucking evidence, to back up what he's saying. And trust me, I have confirmation bias when it comes to there being a connection between Richard Allen and Anthony Shots, whatever that might be. And and I'm not going to jump all over that, you know what I mean? Because I know what he's doing. He's making an assessment of the information that he knows, just like I am. For all I know, he's been watching my fucking YouTube videos. Candace Key, welcome in. I hated Cole, but she did nothing wrong in the trial. Well, why'd you hate her? An appeal needs to be rooted in an error in applying the law. Yeah, why'd you hate Gold? You know what I mean? Like, you just hated her for nothing. Yeah, not so much. Yeah, and a lot of times that's right, CJK. People get it confused. They think They get corruption confused with incompetence. That's not always the case. I agree with you, Cyber Warrior. Although I believe that he could have, and although I believe all the facts right now point to that, just because they don't have all the facts, doesn't mean they have the full story. But yeah, that could be the case, and most likely is. Yeah, I don't know bad actors. That's been my theory from the beginning. It's burner phones. You know, just like with the ritualistic stuff. I had a lot of theories about it being a ritualistic murder, but I can't just go around pushing a narrative that isn't true. It would make me look like a fucking idiot, which a lot of these pro Richard Allen people look like. They look like fucking idiots. I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, but I'm also not the dullest. Yeah, I agree with that, Candace. He looked so fucking stupid. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. He wants to put it out there in public that Keegan Klein said that Ron Logan and Keegan Klein did it. But the truth is, he said that Richard Allen was involved. I mean, how stupid are you? That's got. That's, I, I I can't figure that out. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Absolutely. What's up, Sparky? I don't think they dug up anything. They were hoping to find something good. Candace, no, I think his name is actually Reese. I call him Ricky, Richie, or Reese, but it's Reese. Yeah, that's right, Sherry. Charlotte says Gold should have allowed all evidence. Well, what do you mean? What evidence? You think the Odinism is evidence? See, the thing is, you can't just throw in you can't confuse the jury. I mean, think about it. You have Nick McClellan, his case is against Richard Allen. What kind of a defense would they even be mounting if all they did was talk about Odinism? They're not even addressing the case that the prosecution is presenting. That's that's not going to be helpful. It's like, okay, here's all the evidence against Richard Allen, and they don't even respond to it. They're just like, oh, let's just talk about Odinism. It doesn't work that way. There's just no. You call it evidence. You said should have allowed all evidence, but it's not evidence. What evidence? What are you talking about? No, it's this ice machine. I just keep coming in here so I can warm up. It's fucking cold. So every time I get cold, I'm gonna go in there. Mustang says, I think he was alone. Why do you think that, Mustang? I mean, he could have been alone. He could have done it by himself for sure. Absolutely. I hated Gold for the way she handled the media. I'm all about transparency. She had no transparency. Well, if you know the history of Gold, she's the one that's been advocating for cameras in the courtroom for Indiana. And the thing is they had cameras in the courtroom, remember? The first time they had cameras in the courtroom, you had Rosie and Baldwin fuck everything up. They used, they begged for cameras. They begged for cameras in the courtroom, and Gold said, "Yeah, I'm all for having cameras in the courtroom." And then what did they do? They leaked the entire discovery to some dipshit YouTuber who was a crackhead from Indiana, and he just started making YouTube videos about it. And then they leaked the crime scene photos. Like, are you not going to blame them at all? You see, you're being biased. You're blaming Goal when you should be blaming somebody else. But we're all entitled to our own opinion. That just happens to be mine. Absolutely. Bad actresses. I think he was alone too, but I think he knew about the girls. Though Keegan got a burner from him. I really think that's it. Well, I'm not sure. Charlotte says, "How did he walk over the bridge so damn quick?" Well, one thing we learned through the trial is that Richard Allen frequented those trails quite often, and I think that might have been a special place. He grabbed a six pack and went to the trails. He might have grabbed some beer. That might be what's under his jacket for all we know. He might have crossed the bridge to get away from his wife and hide out. I don't know. It seems like it, huh, Cindy? Seems like it. Sherry says when Gold tried to get rid of the lawyers and said he wasn't getting fair representation and went to the Supreme Court, he can't say he didn't get a fair representation now. Yeah. And that's something I said early on, Sherry Faye, is like, unfortunately, they can't go that route. If they wouldn't have gone to the Supreme Court, they could have said that for the appeal. Richard Allen could have gone that route. But yeah, yeah, they kind of closed the door on that, huh? That's a good point. I've said that before too, but that's a great point. Great comment. Hang in there, Sparky. Yep, absolutely. Him and Rosie got some great publicity from all this. And honestly, I don't blame them. I just blame the idiots who buy into it. If you're going to buy into it, that's your fault. You're the idiot, not them. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Absolutely, Betsy. You can't waste the court's time. You know what I mean? You can't waste the court's time. Just like they needed probable cause to arrest Richard Allen, you need probable cause to include a third party suspect or an alternative suspect. Otherwise, you only have what do you have, like 6 weeks to make your case? You got 6 weeks to make your case. And really, for the defense, it's not about making your case, it's about addressing the prosecution's case. And they didn't do that. They failed Richard Allen. You know what? I don't care what the Supreme Court says. The only reason I think that they should allow an appeal is because Baldwin and Rosie did not represent Richard Allen very well. They didn't bring up Ron Logan, who actually has a nexus. They didn't bring up Keegan Klein because he actually has a nexus. But you want to know what else they have? Is a connection potentially to Richard Allen. And that's why they didn't bring it up. So as much as I feel in my heart that Richard Allen is guilty, I don't feel like he was represented very well. And people that say they care about Richard Allen, they call him Ricky Bay, like fucking psychos that they are. They don't even bring that up. They're so in love with Baldwin and Rosie, they won't talk about how they failed Richard Allen and continue to do so. But the fact that I believe that he's guilty, I let it be. But I do feel bad because I feel like they were horrible attorneys. I feel like Rosie, the only reason that he didn't go after Kagan Klein or Ron Logan is because Aki is his partner. They're partners. They're literally partners in a firm. It's Rosie and Aki. And if they went after Keegan Klein or Ron Logan, Aki was Ron Logan and Keegan Klein's attorney. So Rosie would have to step away from the Delphi trial. You think he's going to do that? Nope. That's unethical. Are the Richard Allen lovers going to call that out? No, they're not. Charlotte, they don't need to know everything. Do you think they need to know all of your little theories? Do they need to know about the Odinism and then all your theories too? No, that's not how the court works. They need evidence. They need facts. And saying that Patrick Westfall and Elvis Fields and Johnny Messer were involved, I'm not saying they're lying, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, but they need to fucking have some evidence to back it up. Charlotte says KK should have been brought up. Well, you need to go ask why Rosie and Baldwin didn't bring him up when he actually confessed to being involved in the crime. You want to know why they didn't bring him up? Because it would implicate their client. They're involved, and I think eventually they're going to prove it. Right now, they just don't have anything to go on. So it's all confirmation bias and speculation on my part. I take responsibility for my own actions. Mustang says there's no nexus in any of the so-called involved. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's almost like it was a distraction from Ron Logan. And it was almost like they were trying to distract us, the online sleuthing community, from talking about Kagan Klein and Anthony Schatz and the potential connection. You know what I mean? Because eventually it would be like a full 360 back to Richard Allen. And I truly believe that. Seems like the free Richard Allen are the same people that want to free. Yeah, they are the same people. You want to know why? Because they're dark-hearted. They have evil in their heart. Absolutely. Same people, Lisa. Are you seeing the pattern? Yep, there's a pattern there. Sparky, I am in Sholo, Arizona. Betsy Ross's theories are not evidence. Those sticks were ridiculous. Yep. The only reason that Richard Allen put those sticks on those girls or whoever killed them was to hide them from the private drive. Ooh, let's go warm up again. My toes are cold. My little toesies are freezing. What's up, Mike? Mike Cunningham. Good to see you, Mike. He says, money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Let's go to Charlotte. There is no way he gets up one morning and does that. Then places sticks, then walks along the road for everyone to see with muddy and bloody clothes. Doesn't make sense. Do you think killing people makes any sense? People kill people every day and they get caught for doing stupid shit. Don't make excuses for Richard Allen. Think about it. You're sticking up for a child killer. You're making excuses. J Ray says, yeah, McClellan too. They're all guilty of some kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? We're not pro prosecution and pro law enforcement here. You know what I mean? We've been giving the FBI a hard time on this channel. We're not giving anybody a free ride. It's not 64. It's about probably 23 degrees out here. It's fucking cold. Oh, Snoot Intuition is Bridge Guy. Oh man, look at that. Oh my god. Evil Alaska. I think, yeah, I have. I tried to avoid it until some dipshit posted it on YouTube and then another dipshit posted it on X. Sleuth is the bridge guy. Yeah, I'm the bridge guy. Down the hill. Down the hill. Get down the hill. Hey, what's up, Charles? Chuck? Didn't the creator that I won't name, or I do videos about, go hard on Tony Klein being the killer? Yeah, the thing about the guy that you don't want to name, he's all over the place. That dude don't know shit. He's just, isn't it donation night? Fuck him. He's a fucking dipshit too. Fucking idiot. That's a good way to, that's a good approach, Evil. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email at sleuthintuition@gmail.com. I've been covering this case from the very beginning. A lot of people get lost down these rabbit holes and they think that people don't know what they're talking about. But just because you get lost down some weird rabbit hole doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about. I've been down plenty of them. I've made the mistakes that you guys have made already, including Baldwin and Rosie. Why do you think they went after Brad Holder? Because they're just making the same, they're just going through the motions. He was the first, he was my first POI. It only makes sense that he's Brad and Andy's first POI. They got a lot to they got a lot of catching up to do. What's up, Renegade? They weren't allowed to bring up any of those people, I thought. What the fuck? Bring up what people? You think they should be able to just bring up random people and confuse the jury? I don't know, Sean. I had my suspicions. They'll never admit it. Those are the pieces of corruption that I'm talking about. Like the lost tip, like that could fuck up the entire case against Richard Allen. It's those things. But I feel like they took gambles because of what the FBI did. Yeah, that's true. And I'll admit, with the Klein and Anthony shots, it's all confirmation bias for me. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm trying to help you guys, like, work your way through the information. I'm not here to bog you down with a bunch of bullshit. Ha! Yeah, I mean, he definitely seems like a clown with this last move. I mean, I don't know what his strategy is.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. He's asking them to preserve evidence that points to his client. I've never seen that before. He must be trying to get a reduced sentence, maybe. I don't know. He's definitely not going for a not guilty verdict. You guys, I can't fucking explain what he was doing. I have no clue. Honestly, it don't make any sense whatsoever at all. Yeah, they've been dealing with it from the beginning, though. Bad actors. It's unfortunate. It makes people angry, but these are just wicked people. They love evil. They feed off of it. There's just at some point you're going to have to accept the fact that there's wickedness in this world that we live in. And wickedness feeds off of wickedness. It begets itself. Boston, I'm a little jealous. It's fucking cold out here. We'll probably hang out for a little bit. Betsy Klein, I think Gray is just about as bad as I am when it comes to the Anthony shot stuff. He's caught up on it too, and I don't blame him. Bunch of drunk people leaving the bar. Cholo, Cholo or Choma, Cholito, the Latino gangbangers. Oh yeah, I definitely was a Latino gangbanger when I was a kid. Oh yeah, for sure. I used to run around with the street gang when I was 13 and 14. Football saved my life. Mike Cunningham. I don't know what is that. Pink shit? I've never seen a pink turd before. Cholitos and cholitas. Oh yeah, bad actors. That was me when I was a young teenager, but I snapped out of it by the age of 16. I had like 13 felonies by the time I was 14, mostly Grand Theft Auto. I was a gangbanger. It was a long time ago though. As an adult, I don't have any felonies. So, couple of bar fights, marijuana charge, no big deal. It's already off my record. Haven't had anything in over 20 years. Charlotte says not sticking up for whoever did this at all, just asking questions that I don't understand. Absolutely, but you came into the chat and you were saying that you loved Richard Allen and that he was innocent. I don't know why you would say that. It's kind of strange, don't you think? Yep, like the FBI for sure. Thank you, Tattoo. Yeah, I pretty much spent the whole First part of the day crying. My grandmother was a special lady, very special. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I'd be a Christian today. She, I don't know, there's like some magic about it. Very magical woman. And I'm not just saying that because she's my grandmother. Very special woman. She was Swedish and Norwegian. My grandpa was German. That's on my mom's side. On my dad's side, it's Native American and Aztec Indian. Ooh, hold on. Boston Christian with a super chat. You've done a great job over the years taking care of the girls and their families. Thank you. I wasn't always good. You know, it took me a second to get things right. You have to put the ego aside. That's for sure. Oh, look at this drunk guy over here. Can you guys see him? Look, the drunk guy over here. He's struggling. He's fucked up. I kind of feel bad for him. Shit, he could be. Guy's having a hard time. Bad actors. You know what? I do like lowriders. You know what? I love lowriders. I do. There's part of me that really loves lowriders. And if I had the money, I would get me a nice Impala with some gold Daytons and put some hydraulics on that bitch. You know, I can't help it. It's just like part of me. It's just part of me, part of who I am. You know, it's my Hispanic side. So the neighborhood I grew up in, the way I grew up, I used to have lowrider magazines and posters on my walls, all lowriders. And I'm a huge fan of the Impala. Thank you, Sparky. Betsy says my husband was a professional car thief. Laugh out loud. Age 14, no gang, just juvenile delinquent. Well, I wasn't in the gang. I never got jumped in, as they like to say. But I was in a gang neighborhood and I ran around with the gang and we stole vehicles. We would go, we would like travel very far and then we would steal a car and then bring it to our neighborhood. I mean, there was fucking stolen cars all over the place. We would get into high speed chases. Back then, if you ran a red light, the cops wouldn't chase you. So we would just run the red light and then they would leave us alone. But eventually I got caught and it was very embarrassing for my family. That poor guy. He finally got it together though. I don't know where he went. He like had a box full of like goodies. I should go over there and see what he dropped. He it looks like he had a box full of maybe some stuff that he picked up from the gas station. I don't know what it was. He left a bunch of it over there. But he was so fucked up he couldn't pick it up. Yeah, there's a bar right here by the above the office for the hotel. I went up there earlier and I had a double shot of Jack Daniels. That was earlier though, just to take the edge off. I was feeling a little irritated and sad, really. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, let's go warm up again. That's so fucking cold. Oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's driving. I didn't see him get in a car. If he was driving, I would have stopped him. I think he was trying to get into his hotel room. But now that you mention it, I could double check. Yeah, I think he was just trying to get. He had a bunch of. It looked like snacks, maybe. It looked like he had a box, like a soda box. You know, like you can get an 18 pack of soda. He looked like he had that, and he went to the vending machine and just like filled it up. But then when he got home or to his hotel room, I think he was just so drunk that he dropped it and he just couldn't pick it up. He was so fucked up that he couldn't like get his shit together. Candace says, "Do you have any thoughts on Captain Howdy, a secret psychopath?" Yeah, I mean, he's a killer. You know what I mean? He was very secretive. He definitely tried to do a lot of shit behind the scenes. I stopped talking to him about a year ago because I could sense the evil in him. the people that he would stick up for and the people that he was supporting were definitely people that I was getting really dark vibes from. And I know that he did visit the crime scene a few times, so I mean, it's very possible. Yeah, I mean, you never know. But as far as what you're seeing on like the props channel and him having advanced knowledge, I haven't seen anything like that. Yeah, I haven't been that drunk in a long time. Like he couldn't even fucking bend over. That we had a neighbor that made a wooden cutout of a cent. See, I wouldn't go that far, but I would definitely drive by and be like, okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I used to have all the homies T-shirts. I was a little homie. Charlotte, yes, I'm a Christian. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt about it. Captain Howdy is a YouTube content creator. He's very popular with the Delphi case. He's made a lot of videos. Type in Captain Howdy Delphi, and you should be able to find him. It's dog lover. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've been talking to a guy who told me he'd been naughty with the ladies. Said he liked me, but we've gone separate ways as he's not ready to change. I respect that, but still feel sad. Yeah, it is sad, but you can't change people. You know what I mean? You need to make yourself, you need to tell them right up front what you want and what you need, and if they can't provide that to you, they're not ready for you. They don't deserve you. But I understand. It sucks, especially when you feel like there's a connection. But if they're just gonna be around fucking around with people, you don't deserve that. You deserve better. Don't compromise who you are because eventually they will too. So stay true to yourself, and you can still be friends with them. Don't break. If you feel a connection, be friends, and if you just want to do the casual thing with no commitment, um, maybe you can communicate how you really feel, and things they'll come around. Lord Howdy needs his own EP. I've been married a while. I don't like to give out too much information about myself. Um, there's trolls out there that they're just looking to, I don't want. You shouldn't. The more questions you ask about me, the more I get suspicious about you. But yeah, not that I am, Jerry. I'm just saying, like you guys just don't trust me. Don't trust anybody on YouTube. Don't trust people. Um, you know, just don't trust people that you don't know. Yeah, Lisa, it's very sad. Very sad. Very sad. I wish there was something I could have done to prevent it. But honestly, my gut told me something was wrong, and there was some manipulation going on behind the scenes. Even with my friend Bruiser, it's not you. Yeah, don't compromise who you are ever. But that's kind of how I was. I wasn't looking for love, and I was very casual, and I was casually dating, and that's how I met my wife. You know, she was just a woman for me. Um, that's what people are mostly got after is disappointed. You'll find that. All right, guys, I'm going to take one more stroll around the park, and then I think we're going to call it a night. We'll take the long way around. Yeah, friend with benefits. And eventually, if you have a connection with somebody, um, you'll stop seeing all the other people that you were fooling around with, and it'll eventually be one friend with benefits, right? And then you'll realize that you don't want to let this person go. That if you did, you would regret it. You know. What's up, Charles? Thanks, Charlotte. I like you too. I don't know if his life was a mess. Sometimes things can turn on a drop of a dime. You have to be very careful. One thing that I can tell you is that I don't believe that Captain Howdy had God in his life. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing I can tell you guys. If you don't have God in your life, you are susceptible to evil. So if you haven't found Christ, you're vulnerable, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Because I'm not a preachy type, um, but I believe that with my heart. If you don't have God watching out for you, then there's only one other person that will be, and it's not God. No, it's okay, J Ray. It's not about prying. It's just that I have to be careful because these people are crazy. When I first got on YouTube, J Ray, there was people that you probably might know, but they called my wife. They called my wife's job. They would play videos of people dying, people screaming, people being tortured, and if she was weak, it may have affected her, but she's not weak, and she knew what it was. Lisa says Bruiser was trusting, but gather he had good. Yeah, he had great senses. He kept me. I learned a lot from Bruiser, but the thing is that he was really good friends with Captain Howdy, and there's a lot of bad people on YouTube that were manipulating trying manipulating everybody, and Captain Howdy was kind of like that. He was kind of like manipulative behind the scenes. He would um he would say certain things to Bruiser, and then he would have different actions behind the scenes. But Bruiser loved him, and I can't speak for him in their relationship, but Bruiser was like a best friend to me, and he's the one that introduced me to Captain, and me and Captain got really close for a little while, but because of my instincts, I had to sever ties, and unfortunately, once again, my instincts were proven to be correct. I mean, I don't want to be right about that, but I was. And there's still a lot of people that are on YouTube now that I could sit here and tell you guys what my gut is telling about them, and you guys should be careful about it. But sometimes you guys need to figure it out for yourself. Just heed the warning, is all I'm saying. Just heed the warning. Thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate that. I agree with you. I'm right there with you. And I'm glad that we can agree to disagree on certain things, but agree on that. If there's anything that we can agree on, I'm hope, no matter what, it should be that. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. It's getting a little bit cold, so yeah, yeah, and you can come in here, Charlotte, and disagree all day long. Okay, you're welcome to. We just don't want people to be triggered and rude and things like that. And I don't care if anybody supports Richard Allen. I really don't. As long as you're willing to discuss it and kind of work through it, because for all I know, you might have some really good information, that I don't know of. I'm not closed-minded. No, thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for being such a great person. You got it, Lisa. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Thank you, Charlotte. I want to say a special thank you to Miss Dog Lover and Boston Christian and Miss Dog Lover again. And if you guys need to get a hold of me for whatever reason, you can always shoot me an email at sleupintuition@gmail.com. And I'm sure I'll see you guys tomorrow when I get home. I'll look forward to seeing you guys again. But that's going to do it for tonight. Peace out.